And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Welcome, everyone, to Alaska Weather. I'm meteorologist Peter Chan, coming to you from the National Weather Service in Alaska region on this Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. And starting with the weather-related headlines across Alaska, we have some gusty winds passing through the Alaska Range this evening through pre-dawn hours of Wednesday morning. Some winds could gust as high as 50, 60 miles an hour from the south and southeast. That's all in advance of this front that's pushed up into south central Alaska. And we have more rain and breezy conditions pushing into south central Alaska and along the Gulf Coast as we go into midweek and finally the Panhandle Wednesday night and Thursday. And if that's not enough, there's going to be another system Friday night into Saturday that may actually have some gale force winds. But we're also going to see moisture stream northward with the system coming in tonight and Wednesday. And that is going to turn to accumulating snow along the spine of the Brooks Range. Adigan and Anatuvik passes have a winter storm watch out Thursday into Friday night. And areas up there could see as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow. Overall, this unsettled, cool side and occasionally wet pattern will continue, it looks like, for the foreseeable future, at least up into mid-month. So Anatuvik Pass this Tuesday afternoon, mostly cloudy, 43 degrees, but you can see snow cover there on the mountains. And Kodiak enjoying a little break in the cloud cover, partly sunny, 52 as of mid-afternoon. But you're going to see more rain moving in tonight. Low pressure will be crossing Kodiak Island later tonight and early on Wednesday morning. And Anchorage, mostly cloudy, a few breaks in the cloud, 55 degrees. It's been tough to get this moisture out and just give some sunshine, but it's looking like Wednesday is shaping up to be a rather wet day across the Anchorage Bowl with more rain that'll continue into Wednesday night. Perhaps a quarter to a half an inch of rainfall could occur across areas of Anchorage. And then Angoon down there in the Panhandle, mostly cloudy, 54 degrees, just a few breaks in the clouds, a little break in the action, but some more rain and rain showers will be moving in, especially Wednesday night and on Thursday. So here are the only two watches advisories that we have in effect as of mid-afternoon Tuesday. There is a wind advisory for the Alaska Range. This includes Delta Junction, areas around Healy on toward Wonder Lake. Winds out of the southeast-south could gust as high as 50, 60 miles an hour, especially along the ridge lines and through some of the passes. And that should begin to let up on Wednesday. But up here to the north, this area of the Brooks Range where the Dalton Highway passes through there at Adigan Pass and then Anatuvik passes, we're expecting a period of wet, heavy snow. Snow will be mixed with some rain on Wednesday and then changing over to snow, especially Wednesday night into Thursday, continuing into Friday night. And as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow could fall in this area. So that's another late season snowfall on the way there for portions of the central Brooks Range. As far as the river breakup season's finished for areas south of the Brooks Range, we still have a few of the major rivers here along the north slope have yet to break up. That includes the Sag River and the Colville River. Given the colder conditions, it's just not going to happen likely this week, but it's a slow process, and hopefully we don't get too big of a warm-up that could allow for that to be rapid. But at this point, cool conditions will prevail the rest of this week, and again, some heavier snow falling along this region of the Brooks Range as we go through Wednesday night, Thursday into Friday night. So fire danger has also been tamped down by rainfall, cooler temperatures. Grass is the most effective carrier of fire early in the fire season, which we are still in. So there's some high to very high fire danger over east central areas, including the Tanana Valley, also upper Copper River Basin. But we're going to be some more rain is going to be pushing into these areas. So I think that'll knock that down a bit here as we go through the midweek period. Otherwise, fire danger is very low across the rest of the mainland, especially the central and western interior, all the way to the coast. It's been a rather dreary and damp pattern we've been in. So on the satellite imagery, we have a few things going on. There's one low here, the one front that's pushed up into south central, and then we have another low down here. This one's going to quickly head northeastward, crossing Kodiak Island later tonight and Wednesday morning. And then it's just going to be kind of sitting here outside of Kennedy Entrance on Wednesday during the day, and then slowly right up along the outer eastern Kenai coast for Wednesday night into Thursday, and then just weaken over Prince William Sound by the time we get into Thursday morning and afternoon. So here comes that system later tonight. It'll be just southwest of Kodiak Island, and by the time we get into the daylight hours on Wednesday morning, that low will be crossing Kodiak Island with some breezy conditions, additional rain. We have these lingering troughs across northwest Canada into the interior. Colder air up along the North Slope Arctic coast, and where that butts up against the spine of the Brooks Range, that's where you're going to see some rain and snow mix changing to a wet snow as we go through Wednesday night, and then definitely for Thursday and Friday. So Wednesday afternoon, we have the low located just northeast of Kodiak City out there in the far western Gulf. We're going to have more rain pumped up into the Kenai Peninsula, areas of south central, especially along south of the Alaska Range. This front will gradually continue northeastward Wednesday night and Thursday, pushing more rain or showers into the Panhandle Wednesday night and for Thursday. Meanwhile, Wednesday night and Thursday, this is going to be mainly wet snow setting up there along the spine of the Brooks Range and portions of the North Slope. For Thursday, that continues up there in the north, the potential for wet accumulating snow. That's why the winter storm watch is in effect, and it will likely be upgraded to something here come tomorrow's broadcast. But looking at the Gulf, we have this weakening low, and then this lingering troughs of low pressure across the central interior into northwest Canada. As I mentioned, just this overall unsettled and on the cooler side of normal pattern that continues, that'll be occasionally wet. And here comes the next low. This low is going to take a track right up into the western Gulf for the early weekend. By Friday night into Saturday, this low and its attendant frontal system will have a band of some stronger winds up to gale force. So there'll be gale warning, small craft advisories here to close out the week there along the Gulf Coast and the outer areas here of the Panhandle. So stay tuned to later forecasts, of course, along with more rain. And here is Friday showing that low coming northeastward, but it will not be arriving into this region until Friday night and early Saturday morning. So temperatures tonight will be below freezing along the Brooks Range into the North Slope Arctic coast and also north side of the Seward Peninsula. Readings generally stopping above 40 in the middle, upper Yukon and Tanana valleys. And lows generally staying above 40 with a cloud cover and the breeze here in south central. Lows low and mid 40s. Same thing for the Panhandle. Temperatures on Wednesday afternoon, considering we're into early June, if we could just get some meaningful sunshine. No real warm temperatures to speak of. Yes, there'll be a few areas of the interior, low to mid 60s, 65-ish there at Eagle, and around 60 Fort Yukon down through Tanana and back toward Ruby, but still not 70 plus like we often can see this time of year. And with the rain, it's going to be a cool day across south central as the rain overspreads this region during the morning and afternoon hours. Highs at best only lower 50s. Lows on Thursday morning, again below freezing, 22 there at Anatuvik Pass. That's where accumulating snow will be setting up and continuing through the day Thursday into Friday night, some of it heavy at times. Back here through the Panhandle, you're going to get another round of either rain or rain showers pushing in with that front for Thursday. Still some lingering showers across south central areas in the Alaska Range. Back to the west, still cooler along the north side there of Seward Peninsula, only 26, Shishmaref, 28 over at Wales, 32 at Savunga, 40-ish as we head out toward by the time we get out there toward Dutch Harbor. Now, daytime temperatures, again, nothing to write home about for this time of year. Seasonably cool. Highs 50s, a few isolated 60s through the central eastern interior. Panhandle, again, generally with the cloud cover, areas of rain or rain showers. We're looking at highs mainly kept to the 50s. Areas of south central, also highs generally low to mid 50s. As we go up along the North Slope, Arctic coast near the freezing mark for highs, a bit colder along the spine of the Brooks Range, upper 20s to around 30. And then just maybe a little above freezing there, even on the north side of the Seward Peninsula, Wales, Shishmaref down to here toward St. Lawrence Island, and highs extending out along the Alaska Peninsula and into the eastern Aleutians. We're looking at highs mid to upper 40s. Can't rule out an isolated 50, but Here again is the extended temperature outlook, 6 to 10 day outlook, June 9th through the 13th, just taking us up prior to mid-month. Looks like temperatures are going to average below normal across much of the mainland into the Panhandle, with the area of East Central, the Yukon Flats having the best chance of below normal temperatures, and then near normal temperatures, Kenai Peninsula, Kodiak Island, around Cook Inlet, down along the Alaska Peninsula into the Aleutians. Precipitation may, at least the above average precipitation bug may let up here along the Gulf Coast a little bit, maybe slightly less than normal, near normal for the central interior, especially along the Yukon River, and a better chance of above normal precipitation along the Chukchi Sea coast there, especially from Point Hope up through Utqiagvik.